One question. My mother's not going to fast, so what does she do about Abdullah? Should she make her own Abdullah?
But not on wine. She should make on orange juice or milk or that a beverage. She's gonna, when is she doing it at night or by day?
Talk to her about that,
Okay,
but
fine.
I told her she can't fast the whole day.
Okay, so she can't fast the whole day. We're saying different.
Mm-hmm.
But she should make Abdullah when she breaks her fast. We're going to talk about that today. See?
Oh, all right, we're doing that.
Okay. Let's see, Taka.
I didn't know we were going to cover.
Yeah, we're going to cover it. Let's see over here. Let me get right to it. Let me go back. Here. But this is by day. This is by night, not by day. Havdalah b'leil Tisha B'av l'choil she'enim misam. This year, normally, there's no question of Havdalah. It comes out on a Tuesday, Wednesday. Tisha B'av, you break your fast. If you have to break your fast, Al Pi Halacha, no problem. What happens if someone this year comes out Motzei Shabbos? So we know that we're going to talk about it momentarily. We make a bar. A type of item which we would call chamar medina, a beverage of the state, meaning it's something that's a popular beverage. Now he gives examples over here. We'll go to it shortly. Going bira kava, v'lahavdal yain. If chamar medina, if there's nothing chamar medina, you can do it even technically on Coca-Cola. There's also a chamar medina. You have the yain. Near the other, the shtoisi ba'atzmi v'tzorch l'tiva d'sivda l'tinik. You don't have to give it over to a tinnik. You say, okay, I'm going to give it to a tinnik, the wine. No, you don't have to. So let's go into these halachos. So it says it doesn't make a difference if it's a man or a lady. Motzei Shabbos, if they can't eat, if they can't fast, they're allowed to do it. Reb Shmuel says the isha should mavdel. Because of Abichas Yaakov b'shem Chuvas Knes Hakadoy L'Chel Beis, the Choyle She'oichel B'Tisha B'Av Yaakov take Motzei Shabbos. That you have to eat. You make Havdalah. V'hu b'shari Chuvas Im Tov Kufnei Sefer Av. Ein Sim Tov Kufnei Tesef Tes in Bal Bris B'Tayin Esib B'Shenitch. About a Bal Bris, what does he do? If it's a tiny sibishinitcha, because the halacha is that someone who's a Bal Bris, and it's a tiny sibishinitcha, let's say Tisha B'Av was on Shabbos, and now it's a sorba of the fast day. If you're a Bal Bris, you don't really have to fast. Because Mechabshei Mashal Tani, so you don't have to finish. Because the Gemara with Sarach Lahavla Kois Koib Shoich. When you eat, you have the same halacha. You have to make Havdalah. And don't tell me that, even though it says over there that he makes Havdalah the Bal Bris, because he technically is exempt from fasting that day. But a chayla can only need a fast to his needs. The Gemes Yom Kippurim be'Halachos Im Tafrein Sheches talk about his baya. The Choyle b'Tanis Patul Gamel Tanis L'Makom Choyle L'Gozer Rabba. Someone's ill and he can't fast. There's no gezeira. Chein Kosev HaGoy Reb Shlomo Zalman Auerbach. The Choyle Shetzarach Lech L'Yesh L'Havdalah Kol. You make Havdalah. Now, this is important halacha. We know on Yom Kippur there's shiurim. Right? You can only eat pachas mikashir if at all possible. Meaning, let's say someone's a chayla. Of course, in kibbutz is deraisa. It's the only one that's a deraisa. No other tainus is in deraisa. It's all derabbanon. So over there, there's shiurim. If you can go ahead, we tell you to take the shiurim, meaning a fluid ounce every 9 minutes, and that's it, right? Over here, if someone can't fast, Tisha B'Av doesn't work that way. Can't fast, you're good to go. That's how it works. Okay. Now, there's one thing that if you do it on Friday night, on Motzei Shabbos, we know that in a regular Motzei Shabbos, you start from Hine Kel Yeshuas, and then you say that, some you won't do, but there's the Bar Moriah H. So Oidoma, Shmuel says the Afa Gav Shekosov on Piskei Tshuva the Oval Shemabdul Ein Loim Piskei V'Sukei Hine Kel Yeshuas Yishem Psukim Shel Simcha. These are psukim that deal with simcha, which an ovel's not supposed to have. El Yaskel Miyad Na Brachas. You say the brachas. You say Bar Read Psalm, and you say Bar Moriah, and then you go ahead and make it Hamabdul. The tradition is not to do it in that way. Say the psukim as well. So you start from Hine Kel Yeshuas. Let's say. So we said now that if at all possible, you're doing it on Motzei Shabbos, Tisha B'Av, because you can't fast. You know you're not supposed to have wine. So you do it on Chamar Medina, the beverage of the state. Meaning, you can do it on coffee he brings or beer. So it says over here that Rav Shmuel says Shem Shoyse Kava. Let's say you're going to drink a coffee. You're making Havdalah on a coffee. Don't make it an extra hot coffee. You're supposed to drink it as much as one shot as possible, and that'll be an impossibility. What he holds about this, orange juice. Can you drink orange juice? A lot of places can hold you can. Because your place can stop was there, beer and beer and coffee, you're good to go. But orange juice also to a certain extent. Some even say that milk, cholov, is considered Chamar Medina. A glass of milk. Nowadays you don't see it too much. People don't, I don't know, maybe people do drink. You give a cup of milk, if that's called Chamar Medina. Used to use a cup of milk and used to toast the President of the United States. You remember that, David? No?
No.
Yeah? That was
News
toast.
to me, no.
Yeah? I'm sure Jesse would remember. Remember taking a cup of milk and toasting the President of the United States?
Many years ago.
Yeah? Nowadays they don't do it. You see, I know. He's closer to my
I
age
never
than
heard
you
of
are.
That's true.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, so you see it's a Chamar Medina, the milk.
I've heard the Jews in Atlanta use Coca-Cola.
They use it, some say it's the Chamar Medina, but don't that...
In Atlanta.
But Pepsi Cola will protest it.
Orange juice in
Yeah,
Florida.
orange
I
juice.
heard in Florida people do use orange juice.
Orange juice is used also.
Milk used to be pushed a lot.
Yeah,
in this
milk was
country.
yeah,
Now it's declined a little.
I know. Used to be. And now a toast to the President of the United States.
Yeah. Very, very dull.
Go back to history class.
Huh?
I can go back to my history classes. Huh?
Yeah. Okay. Vikshasi, the question, what we said now, we said if you don't have, you make on wine. And it's best to do this on Chama Medina. But we hold, we paskin, Da'amadu Motzei Shabbos Chazoin Yochel Lahab L'Chatchila Yain Afal Shab Shenoig Lishtois HaKois Ba'atzmo. That at the end of the day, let's say this past Shabbos, it was also the 9 days. And we went ahead and we made it online and we drank it ourselves. Most people don't go after Chama Medina. There are those that do. There are those that drink beer during the 9 days. That over there, the 9 days, we just didn't drink wine as a beverage, but about the actual day of Tisha B'Av. Done to drink wine on Tisha B'Av, even fast. Arbach. I use a beverage like coffee. Because of the Avagav, Hagriz, the Revel holds, the Erev Tisha B'Av. May say Mutub Lafon of the Osabiyayin that on Erev Tisha B'Av you're not allowed to drink wine because it's like a mace is in front of you. Avol Tisha B'Av Mutabiyayin Mishum Dahava Kavelis, because that's already not like an oinin, it's more like a avelis to show biyayin. Avol is allowed to drink wine, meaning if God forbid a close relative passes away and you're an oinin, you're not allowed to drink wine on the day of demise. We're not going to go into all the halachos. But let's say you're on the 4th day of God forbid, of Avelis, of mourning, you can drink wine. By Tisha B'Av, it's like Meisi Mutal Fanav. Also, it's like a din of Aninis. You can't gam Tisha B'Av also b'yayin. V'ayim Sham Shemasik to b'yayin mikatoy efshel. Let's say it's not wine that is alcoholic beverage, but it's what you call wine that did not yet ferment. Maybe it'll be more lenient. Basically, grape juice. Oidayin ba'agro, shenaka pshitis to call hayoyim b'tisha b'av, or habe hadayin ka'oinin shemesu mutlafon. That the whole day of Tisha B'Av is like a mace. It has the strictness of an oinin. The loikamashav hagris. And Lamaisa, at the end of the day, the best thing is you have to make Havdalah. You make on a coffee beverage or on a beer, that type of an item, be it orange juice, milk. Some say even Coca-Cola. Not Pepsi. And it says if you don't have wine, then if you don't have a Chama Medina, you make on wine. And it's even best to drink and rather than give it to a tinnik. Okay. Now, let's say you decide that you have to have something on Motzei Tisha B'Av. You don't want to have a full shear. Meaning, the doctor says you have to give him to drink a certain amount. He's dehydrated. But you don't need a full shear. So the question is, do you have to make Havdalah? How less than a shear? This is a big shaila halacha, what this means exactly. Because over here we're talking about Tisha B'Av. We're not talking about Yom Kippur. Let's say you're going to have less. What you need is a granola bar, which is less than a shear. It's not that you have to eat because you have to have the koyach, but you need to have a certain amount to make sure you're not b'sakana. You have to do Havdalah. Okay. We know that on Motzei Shabbos this year, it's a little bit strange. Normally you have a Suda Mafsekes. This year there's no Suda Mafsekes. Because we're going straight from Shabbos into Tisha B'Av. You have to stop eating before Shkia. For all intents and purposes of the body eating, make sure you stop eating before Shkia. But you have your Shabbos Tika Begodim. So exactly, what is the demarcation line? To take off your shoes, put on your slippers or whatever you're going to be wearing, and if you're wearing your shtreimel, take off your shtreimel and wear a hat. Become what we call vachadik. We put on our weekday garments. Now, a lot of people, they come here and they have it, the weekday garments. Others have it prepared, bring it here before Shabbos, and then they start wearing the weekday garments. So what exactly is the demarcation line? Is the halacha. Tisha B'Av shechal b'motzei Shabbos. If Tisha B'Av comes out on Motzei Shabbos, ein tzarech lahasim ha'olav b'gdei Shabbos koydem Ma'ariv. Before Ma'ariv, you don't have to. Once Ma'ariv hits, you got to change over. You got to do the changeover. Okay, now how does it work? Is the Ramah and Siman Tov Kuf Nun Gimel says, "B'chol in a regular weekday nahagim lachutz minolim kodesh yom baruch hu. B'mushabis chotzim lacha baruch hu." You take off your shoes after baruch hu. That's what the Rebbe Zatzal did. Came Motzei Tisha B'Av on Motzei Shabbos. He had when he came in, he had his shoes and off. Took off his shoes, had his hat there, we had his hat, we gave him the hat, and right after Baruch Hu, he put on the hat and he took off the shtreimel. And let's say, like we do, we do Ma'ariv about 55, 60 minutes, so it's way after Shkia. But as far as we're concerned, except for eating, we consider it Shabbos. You're allowed to daven Ma'ariv late to be moisiv mechol al hakodesh. The name of the koi rakishim dimus balavis. Alo yomol haskazois. Came more the afkishis bal Ma'ariv mishachashecha. Ein lo hasam minolim ad la'acha baruch until after baruch. Now, this halacha that you wait till Ma'ariv is only if you daven Ma'ariv like we do at night. You can't take off your shoes until it gets dark. Because you're not supposed to show any simonim of avelis. Yeah. And therefore, if you're wearing Big Day Shabbos, you don't take it off until after Baruch Hu. But once Baruch Hu comes in, you take off your weekday garment, your Shabbos garments, and you wear your weekday garments.
You take down the Aron curtain or
After Baruch Hu. Everything is done after Baruch
after
Hu.
Baruch Hu?
During actual Marv,
Say Baruch Hu.
and then we get to
Take
work.
care of business. And then we turn over. Then we start Baruch Atah Hashem. This is how most places keep hold. There's always a couple of different things will come in, how people do it. But each one should do according to his meaning. But that's how we did it around here. And the other places, they come with their sneakers by Baruch already. Well, nowadays, a lot of people wear sneakers during Shabbos also. It's not something that you don't see, you see it done. People want to wear comfortable shoes. Okay, everybody should have an easy fast and be able to observe the Tisha B'Av. Mashiach should be able to come, that we shouldn't have all these trials and tribulations.
Go for it. Go for it. It's good. What did Rabbi Hanani ben Kasha used to say? That's where we're holding.
Okay, Chananya ben Akasha Ratzvah Zak Yisrael Fikrim Tar Mitzvah Shinam Adar Chofetz